Climbing Mount Olympus can be a challenge even for the physically fit. But tomorrow, this mountain is going to be host to one of the toughest marathons in Europe. The next day before dawn, we're at Vion, at the foot of Mount Olympus, for the start of the marathon. The Macedonia region of Greece was where Alexander the Great was born, and during his reign, Greeks came to Vion to sacrifice to the Olympian gods. Sport was very important in ancient Greece, because Greek armies had to be fit enough to march long distances, carrying heavy armour. Today, competitors from 22 countries are gathering to take part in this gruelling race. This is slightly different, this Olympic marathon, because it's about a mile longer. But whereas marathons, which we're used to watching in London and New York and wherever, they seem to just kind of go across roughly a little bit up, a little bit down. This one goes rocketing up, you can't see it from here, right up over Mount Olympus. I mean, you rise from something like absolute sea level, which we're at the moment, sort of 3,000 metres, and you just go straight up elevation, and then you run along just under the chin of the very summit, and all around. It's terribly long, and anyway, everybody's looking very fit. Amongst the 600-odd runners from all over the world who are taking part this year is Dionysus, Maria's husband from the refuge. So how are you feeling?
Good.
Good. And this is good weather?
It's good. It's not so hot.
Not too hot.
I think it's good to run.
3, 2, 1, φύγαμε!
The runners have a time limit of 10 hours to complete the 27-mile race, and last year's winner did it in 4 hours and 47 minutes. Once all the runners have set off, Eleni and I head to Prionia, a base camp on the other side of Mount Olympus, which is about 3/4 of the way through the marathon's course. By the time we get there, 2 runners have already run up one side of the mountain and down the other to pass this point. 2 people?
2 people, yeah. In 3 hours, 24 minutes, 19 seconds.
This is fast?
Yeah, it's very fast.
What is it usually at this place?
About 20 minutes later.
We're here in time to see the 3rd runner pass through. It's called running with the gods. It really looked extraordinary. He just came leaping down. He hardly made a noise, just flying down. Extraordinary, that blonde hair and white things. He might have been Hermes. The modern-day marathon is inspired by a great battle which took place in 490 BC in the town of Marathon, which happens to be roughly 26 miles from Athens. During the 5th century BC, the Greeks were at war with the Persians right up here in the north. During the Battle of Marathon, this is the city of Marathon there, the Athenians needed some more troops to help them. So a runner called Phidippides, or Philippides, depending on how you spell his name, ran round here all the way down to Sparta to ask the Spartan army if they'd assist. And they wouldn't. They said they were otherwise engaged. So he ran all the way back again. That's 150 miles, and he did it in 2 days, there and back. Phenomenal. Now, legend has it that he then went back to Marathon. The Battle of Marathon was won by the Athenians. The Persians were repulsed. They say that Phidippides ran from Marathon to Athens, a distance of 26 miles, arrived in Athens and said, "We have conquered them, we are victorious, Nike," and then fell down dead of a heart attack. In actual fact, the truth is no less phenomenal, which is that the army, who just had this incredible battle, which was really, really rigorous, masses of bloodshed, terribly injured people, they marched that 26 miles in an incredibly short time. However that journey was made, either by one man or by a victorious army, that is what is celebrated in the marathon. Now, Nike, the Greek word for victory, is more associated with a sports brand than battle. I'm terribly jealous of them, actually, because I'm not a distance runner and I'm not a mountain runner and I'm not anything like this. And I've left it too late in this incarnation. I have to do it next time round and start earlier. Dionysos, well done. How are you doing?
Everything okay?
Good, good. The marathon was eventually won by Frenchman Michel Rabat in a record time of 4 hours and 35 minutes. Dionysus finished with a good time of 7 hours and 31 minutes. Zeus lived on Mount Olympus with 11 other principal gods. However, 9 of his daughters, the Muses, were born in a mountain gorge.